Godzilla Minus One is Toho's 33rd Godzilla movie and is directed by Takashi Yamazaki. The film focuses on a surviving kamikaze pilot as he and a young woman attempt to rebuild their lives in post World War II Japan. Their efforts are soon complicated by the emergence of a terrifying creature powered by the same nuclear energy that laid waste to their country years prior. As options begin to run low, a motley crew of Japanese citizens band together in a last-ditch attempt to destroy the beast before it obliterates all that they hold dear. Now, Godzilla is certainly no stranger to the big screen. In fact, with all the MonsterVerse movies and an Apple show currently running, I think it's safe to say fans of the beloved kaiju are eating well. I myself grew up a massive fan of the Toho property. In fact, I vividly remember scouring Blockbuster Video and forcing all members of my family to watch an endless rotation of Godzilla movies, from battles with sewage creatures to aliens from beyond the stars. Heck, I even liked the Final Wars movie and the Roland Emmerich film as a kid. Please don't judge me. But in the last few years in particular, Hollywood has sought to reintroduce Godzilla to a newer generation of fans, with a series of films that all built to the Godzilla vs. Kong movie back in 2021. And I've always felt that those ones were fine. They were extremely schlocky and full of rather uninteresting human characters, aside from the one they decided to kill randomly. But overall, I found a mild amount of enjoyment to be had with them. I saw each of them once, had a blast reliving my childhood by watching big monsters fight, then promptly moved on with my life. Never did I think I would watch a Godzilla movie that would rise to any level above that. Well, dear viewers, I can't say that anymore, because Godzilla Minus One is absolutely fucking phenomenal. It is an exceptionally well done reimagining of the early films, particularly the first one, and it succeeds at telling a genuinely compelling human story while simultaneously building the monster as a threat we've rarely seen before. This tightrope act might seem difficult, in fact, most of the prior installments have failed dramatically at doing this, but Minus One does it with ease, and it crafts a great story that had me riveted from beginning to end. With all of the other recent Hollywood flicks, the human characters have ranged from dull exposition machines to nameless cardboard cutouts who try to outrun from being stepped on by the monsters. Here the humans feel real, and there is considerable effort made to have us connect with them. There is genuine fear that some of them may die, so whenever we are witnessing grand-scale scenes of destruction, there is always a human element that tethers us to the action. We want to see these people make it through to the end, and that tension runs throughout. There were long stretches of the movie where I was so wrapped up in what the characters were going through that I actually forgot I was watching a Godzilla movie. And I know that might sound like a problem, but trust me, it is not. Godzilla is portrayed perfectly. Just like the original movie, he, or in this case, it, is shown to be a force of nature, a creature from ancient folklore who has been twisted and mutated by the atomic age. There is no other creature for Godzilla to defeat in order to save humanity. The monster stands on its own and arrives to bring ruin to a country just beginning to get back on its feet. The whole World War II aspect is another strength of Godzilla Minus One. Not only is it represented through the walking nuclear weapon that is Godzilla, but it serves as a backdrop that constantly hangs over the characters. It both scares them of their past while also pushing all of their future decisions. We witness the dramatic effect it has on the survivors firsthand, and there is great care given to make its commentary stick. And by the story's conclusion, I felt the film had earned its emotional payoffs. And it turns out that the budget for this movie was $15 million? With such a small budget compared to Hollywood features, Toho was able to craft a large-scale monster movie that never felt hokey or cheap. Sure, there were a few shots where Godzilla was walking on land that didn't look 100% great, but overall Minus One looked terrific, and constantly boasted a true sense of scale. There are images that are still burned in my brain, and elements that die-hard Godzilla fans will take great delight in seeing on the big screen. The way the filmmakers were able to use things iconic to the franchise and present them in new and terrifying ways was astounding. I could just feel the energy surge in the crowd when some of these moments happened. Trust me, you will know what I'm talking about when you see the film. Guys, I'm not going to waste any more time here. This movie was an absolute dream come true, and it exceeded any expectations that I had going in. It's sure to please die-hard fans as well as people just wanting to see a great flick. It hits every note perfectly, from its dramatic moments to the grand sequences of destruction. It's so good I almost feel that I don't need to watch any future Godzilla movies. This one nailed so many of the beats that I kinda just want to rewatch it, preferably as soon as possible. I'm gonna give Godzilla -1 an A.